Hey guys, welcome back for Friday's daily dose of medicine. Kicking it off with those same 10 belly breaths that we've been using over the last 8 weeks, giving yourself the grace and space and time to take 30 to 45 minutes just for you. Once we've done that, we're gonna go ahead, if we have a jump rope handy, go ahead and grab it. If we don't, no big deal. We're gonna do 30 single jumps. 10 total lunge steps. Remember guys, with those lunge steps, especially if we're staying in place, we want to step far enough out that the trailing knee touches the ground. We're going to drive through the heel to stand back up. So we're going to do 10 of those in total. From there, we're going to drop into 10 Russian baby makers. I like to take my feet just slightly wider than where I would air squat. It helps me really stretch my hips out. I'm going to come in, I'm going to grab my toes, I'm going to use my elbows against my knees. Try and get my chest nice and tall. From there, I'm going to take my hips back up as high as I can to the ceiling. Long stretch of the hamstring again, pulling my chest nice and tall. We're going to do that for 2 total rounds. Again, if there's ever anything that you need to do specifically for your body to get ready, go ahead and do that. We're going to continue into day 3, Murph prep. Week 1 is going to be done after this. 7 weeks from here till we know it's go time. It's gonna look a lot like it did Monday and Wednesday. We're just getting prepped and primed. So we're gonna start increasing the volume and pace and adding running in subsequent weeks. 3 pull-ups. So remember guys, with our pull-ups, if we've got a pull-up bar handy, our range of motion is elbow fully extended, chin physically over the bar, back to that full extension. If you can work a strict pull-up, awesome. They're always going to help you increase your volume for kipping. Certainly, I wouldn't recommend butterflying at home unless you're used to doing that. It's a super easy way to jack up your shoulders quickly if you're not doing that under the watchful eye of a coach. Once we've done the pull-ups, we're going to go into our push-ups. 4 total push-ups. Wrist, elbow, shoulder are going to stay stacked. From here, really elbows tight to the sides, chest to the deck, back to full extension from there. Once we've completed our push-ups, we're going to put our heels outside of our hips. We're going to crease at that hip, looking to keep the weight rooted in our heels. We're going to head down, keeping that chest nice and tall, standing up at the top. Remember guys, we want to avoid those cheating air squats where the chest comes down and we never fully stand back up again. We always want to try and get shoulder, hip, knee, ankle stacked at the end of each air squat. 3 pull-ups, 4 push-ups, 8 air squats, 3 total rounds. Remember, we're going to do that every 60 seconds. If we need to, go ahead and take that out to 90. Right? Nothing wrong with having to add a little bit of time to that, just based on work rest. If you're getting it done in 30 seconds or less, try to keep it to 60 seconds. From there, once we've done our Murph prep, we're going to go into our workout of the day. Workout of the day today is 7 toes to bar, 7 sumo deadlifts, 225, 135 for 7 full rounds. Now, with our toes to bar, if we have a bar handy, awesome. The biggest mistake I see happen with toes to bar is we leave our chest in line with our pull-up bar and then try and get our toes all the way up. Instead, if you've ever watched like a slow motion video, I've watched several of them over the years, when somebody pulls, right, so from this back position, right, we're in this hollowed position, when I close back in, I'm going to have to pull my shoulders behind the bar. From there, I'm going to use the hip to come up and then flick the toes at the end. So I would not recommend keeping a straight leg trying to get toes to bar. I would keep everything kind of curled in nice and tight, and at the very end, flick. If we don't have a bar, we're going to drop it down to V-ups, just like we're doing in the other equipped workout today. So with our other equipped workout, that V-up, heels on the ground, hands on the ground, to our sit bone with our hands and heels coming up at the same time, looking to touch. If that's too much, I'm going to bring knees to chest, touching heels. So a tuck crunch. And at bare minimum, we want to go down into just a standard ab mat sit-up. Our sumo deadlift, not to be confused with our conventional deadlift. Foot position, heels outside of the hips. I like the toes slightly pointed out. If I think about a clock being 12 straight ahead, I'm going to have one foot at 11 and one foot at 1. From here, I'm going to think about tracking my knees out over my ankles so that when I'm in that bottom position, I'm nice and open. I should feel a long stretch through the adductor. Some people will feel a little stretch through the back of the glute. Hand position is going to be hands hanging at sides, coming straight down. For me, I also know that my ring finger is going to go right at that smooth and knurling so that I'm in this nice stacked position. Ideally, I'm going to have shoulders over the bar, knees pushed open, standing by falling back through my heel. I want to keep that weight nice and tight to my center of mass. To get back down, much like a good morning, we're going to send hips back, chest is going to come forward. We're going to wait till we physically get to the kneecap to hinge back down into that full seated position versus letting our hips come back, legs stay tall. We always want, when we think about a deadlift, a good end position is a good start position. And a good start position is a good end position, right? See what I'm doing there? It's the same. So if we don't have 225 or 135, we want to go a little bit longer, add some more cardio type in there, just for a longer capacity. We're going to do 7 V-ups, 7 sumo deadlifts. Could be with dumbbells, kettlebell, sandbag, get creative. A toddler, if you can get them to sit still. And then a 200-meter run for 7 rounds. So we're essentially just adding a 200-meter run in there at the end of each round. Again, keep in mind that could be a good alternative because we know we've got Murph coming up and that's going to have a lot of running and a lot of work in it. From there, our stretches today and our finisher. 1 minute abductor stretch. Easiest way to get into this, if I come onto all fours, I'm going to kick one foot out. I want to try and keep the entire instep on the ground, and from there, I'm just going to let that long stretch all the way from the groin down to the knee. Long stretch there. I don't have to do much to get that stretch. And then we're going to cap it off with our frog stretch again, opening up to that instep. In this case, we're going to have the knee and the ankle stay in a line, coming down to the forearms, really just trying to get those hips to be a little happier, opening up. 2-minute hold, so 1 minute each side for the abductor, 2 minute for the frog. That is your fun for today, and we will see you tomorrow for a very, very special Suffer Saturday.